It is another Hump Day Wednesday today, April 16. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Stick around until 3 p.m. as we bring you the day's latest stories. I'm Denise Tan, and let's start the Lenten break right with some afternoon delight. Alright, dahil ang aking partner na si Lourdes Vera ay nagninilay-nilay somewhere out there, makakasama ko ulit ang co-anchor of The Big Story, Pauline Verzosa. Pawi, welcome back.
Hello, Tita Denise. Ayan, alam na natin yung ibig sabihin ng nilay-nilay.
Oo.
Thanks to our viewers kahapon. So, ano na ibig sabihin nun? Yung mag-contemplate.
Reflect, to
Oo.
ponder daw on certain things.
Important things.
Oo, important things. Okay. So, today, Wednesday, because it is the Holy Week still, at ang pinapractice nga, iwas muna sa karne, ang ating delight of the day ay shrimp pesto pasta.
Oh,
Pasta ulit.
parang go-to dish na, no? When you
Oo.
think of something na meat-free, is magpasta ka na lang.
Mas madali.
Mas madali. Kahapon, we had sardine pasta. So, ngayon naman, shrimp pesto. Ito, favorite ko ang shrimp pesto dish na pasta.
Ayan, sige. Tikman mo muna yan.
Titikman ko.
Oh. Pero again, let us know po kung ano yung mga ideas nyo, what you can consume, o ano yung mga pinaplano nyong kainin throughout the Holy Week.
Oo.
Hintayin nyo na yung Sunday for the celebration. Ngayon, medyo
Pwede na, oo.
sakripisyo muna tayong lahat. Verdict.
Sarap.
Okay.
Lagi naman masarap eh.
Actually, laging masarap ang mga delight natin dito. At Tita Pawi, pinag-uusapan natin kahapon na yung nilay-nilay, time to reflect, yung iba magsistay lang sa bahay. Ikaw ba, may anong plano mo?
This week, of course, syempre mag-reflect tayo because Catholic ako and my family, and we really observe yung traditions pag Holy Week such as yung mga Stations of the Cross, Visita Iglesia. Pero magbabakasyon na rin ng onte, kasama si Andre, yung fiancé ko. So,
Ayan.
nilalook forward ko rin naman.
Kasama talaga yun.
Oo, ikaw?
Ako
Papahinga.
Hindi bakasyon sa trabaho, yes, pero I'll spend time with my family. Of course, bukas, susubukan natin makumpleto yung Visita Iglesia. And again, time to reflect. Medyo subukan ko rin social media break if possible.
Alam mo,
Try ko.
Hindi kasi, di ba, in our line of work, media, kailangan lagi kang online,
Oo.
kailangan connected ka lagi, updated, and we do that through social media, through our phone. So, ito yung perfect time kasi off-air din naman ng mga network, di ba, mga stasyon, media. So, baka pwede nga tayo mag-offline muna.
Subok. Oo.
Ito yung perfect time for
Na-try ko yun every year. Pero minsan biglang, teka lang, may balita. Tapos,
Ayun
share
na
mo
nga.
din. O
Hindi
kaya
mo
ba
rin alam.
magbabasa ka rin.
Well, deserve naman ni Tita Denise yung break na yan because last year, grabe yung kayod mo. Di ba?
Lahat naman tayo, oo. Okay, pero sana nga po, kung meron kayong mga plano, naku, ingat-ingat po. Alam naman natin, madaming tao sa kalye. Napakainit.
Napakainit din.
Oo.
So later we will be sharing tips on how to stay cool amid the very, very hot weather. And para dun nga sa mga may balak din lumabas, yung narinig ko na very apt na advice during this time is wag i-announce kung saan kayo pupunta for your safety na rin,
Yes,
diba?
oo, syempre yung mga bahay nyo, no? Unless you're leaving, somebody's there na pagkakatiwalaan.
Oo. Yeah.
Alright, at this point, let's see how the Holy Week Exodus is going. Mobile Journal Amy Atienza was at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport earlier and she filed this quick report.
Sa mga kapatid natin diyang hahabol dito sa Ninoy Aquino International Airport, siguraduhin ang magbaon ng pasensya at maghanda sa mas matinding seguridad. Meron kasi ditong mga gabi pa ang flight pero ngayon pa lang pumupunta na nga dito sa airport para makasiguro. Lahat naman ng entrance at exit points may tauhan ng airport kaya mas masiguradong maseservisyohan ang lahat. May mga canine explosive detection staff din na umiikot sa mga terminal. Handa rin ang information at help desk, lalo na sa mga pasaherong first time babiyahe. Paalala na lang din ng mga otoridad, siguraduhin sinusunod ng mga pasahero ang mga dapat at hindi dapat dalhin sa mga hand carry at check-in bags. Mahigit na ipinagbabawal ang pagdadala ng firearm, explosives at malalaking alcohol at aerosols. Para naman sa magdadala ng power bank, bitbitin na lamang daw ito at mag-check-in agad online para maiwasan na ang pagpila. Isa pa sa mga inaasahan, dapat nating paghandaan ay ang traffic. Kaninang alas 10 ng umaga kanina, wala pa naman masyadong mga sasakyan at maluwag pa ang daan sa May Cubao, Quezon City. Pero ngayon, na half day na lang ang pasukan ng mga empleyado at pati na rin mga estudyante, ay asahan na ang mas matinding traffic.
That was our mobile journal, Amy Atienza. Later on, we check on other areas expected to be busier than usual today, like bus terminals and churches, so don't miss that update. Pero ngayon, sisilipin muna natin yung mga storya natin on social media. First one, on onenews.ph, Good Friday parties banned in Boracay. Alam naman natin yung Boracay, talagang...
Maraming pumupunta pag Holy
Oo.
Week. Nagiging one of the top destinations yan sa Pilipinas. Kaya nga minsan maraming ding nagkikriticize na bakit naman during Holy Week, dun pa talaga nagpapakasarap sa Boracay, sa beach, diba? So, I guess in light of Holy Week, observing Holy Week, maganda na rin na ban muna yung mga party dyan sa Boracay.
Oo. Alam mo, to be fair naman, doon sa mga nagbabakasyon, not just in Boracay, but also sa mga dagat. Yung mga families kasi, yung mga kids, minsan gusto na lang madala sa dagat for them to enjoy themselves. Pero yun nga, one day out of the week, Good Friday, siguro maganda rin i-practice to and to teach to the younger generation also na pwede namang maging sakripisyo ng isang
Right.
araw lang. So,
Oo.
whether that be not attending certain parties or hindi ka muna iinom or hindi ka muna kakain ng karne. It's one day out of the week. One day out of the year, actually.
Oo
Pwede
nga,
na eh.
oo. And I think what's good here naman, kasi sa Boracay, medyo nag-tone down naman din talaga yung level of the parties, diba, over the years. Naging strict rin sila, alam ko eh. Hindi na yung parang dati na along the beach, the shore, na
Yes.
iinuman yung mga tao, magpa-party. I think Boracay was able to control that na rin over the past few years. So this is just another reminder na banned on this particular day yung parties dyan sa Boracay.
At saka paalala natin sa mga magbabakasyon, especially yung mga pupunta sa dagat. Kung kayo po ay may pagkain o inumin, make sure to take it with you pag alis nyo dun sa shore.
Yes.
Okay lang naman maglatag kayo ng mga beach towels. Of course, enjoy your time, enjoy yourselves. Pero yung iba kasi, iniiwan lang. Oo.
Yung mga bote. So, mga bote
Bote
talaga.
talaga.
Oo, hindi, pero there was a time, di ba, talagang yung mga basura na iiwan dyan sa Boracay, and that's what caused the decline also in the beauty of this paradise. So, it's just a friendly reminder para sa mga pupunta nga dyan sa Boracay this Holy Week to be mindful of your wastes and of course to protect yung magandang
Oo.
dyan sa Boracay.
Tsaka kung may plano kayo mag-party, gawin nyo na bukas.
Bukas? O after Easter, sa
Or
Easter Sunday,
na,
di
kung
ba?
nandun pa kayo.
Kung nandun pa sila.
Hindi, pero alam mo, kung hindi naman kasi maiwasan, kahit nga syempre hindi naman natin pwedeng i-force on
Right.
everybody. Pero if there's one day out of the week siguro, baka yung Friday naman talaga yung, iwasan nyo na. Oo.
And I guess people can keep in mind din, hindi naman din lahat Katoliko in the
Oo.
Philippines. It's the majority, the dominant religion here in the Philippines. Pero meron din namang hindi nag-observe ng Holy Week tradition. So they might be exempted also from those particular traditions.
Okay, but speaking of exempted, dito parang wala atang exempted, no? On the Philippine Star via PhilStar Tech, China is making AI mandatory in schools and maybe that's not such a bad thing.
Okay, so China is teaching AI, and the question is, are we ready? So there's this article, so this is a PhilStar Tech by Leah Espina, and she floated the question, na yun nga, is it such a bad thing that we are teaching AI? Kasi maraming criticism, di ba, na we shouldn't be being so dependent on artificial intelligence because it promotes laziness and reliance on technology. But here you have countries like China embracing it and teaching their students how to use it efficiently, use it properly, and kasama na rin dyan yung not abusing it daw.
Oo. Kasi naman yan I think hindi naman necessarily if you're using AI, it equates to being lazy. Di ba? Gusto mo lang efficient ka.
Okay.
Pero kung nag-research ka rin naman, kabangga nung ginagawa mong paggagamit ng AI, then that's okay. Pero sabi nga nila, etiquette daw kasing kasamang tinuturo dito, AI etiquette. Katulad ng sabi mo, responsible usage, what was that they mentioned? Ayan, ethics, boundaries, all the things that are usually overlooked. Pag simply, parang click ka lang ng click or type ka lang ng type using AI.
So dito, nakalagay na yung plan ng China is they will be rolling out mandatory AI education for all primary and secondary students. And we're talking about at least 8 hours a year of formal instruction starting with basics sa elementary. Tapos tituro na rin nila yung real-world applications, pati yung ethical considerations. Pero Tita Denise, I was actually able to encounter this post online. Para siyang Gen Z ata nakaka-graduate lang. Tapos inamin niya na naging reliant siya sa artificial intelligence, na she started to question, parang di na siya nakakapag-isip ng sarili niya without asking ChatGPT, can you improve my paper? Can you improve my my essay? Ganyan. So napatanong siya, can I function now without artificial intelligence? And I think that's the bad side doon, when you become over-reliant on technology. But helpful kasi din talaga ang AI Diba? Even with autocorrect on your cell phones.
Or parang if you feel like medyo redundant na yung sinasabi mo o yung word na ginagamit mo, pwede rin kasing AI ang solusyon. But then again, as with everything in life, sabi nga nila, diba, dapat talaga may control. Kasi
Moderation.
Oo, moderation. So,
pero nung time natin, Tita Denise,
wala.
Diba? Wala talaga.
Oo.
Kailangan ikaw talaga magpiga sa utak mo.
Alam mo dati, hindi nawawala sa bahay namin yung Webster Dictionary.
Okay.
Para kung may paulit-ulit kang sabihin, synonym naman ang hahanapin mo.
Oo, yung thesaurus.
Oo, pati yon. Talagang magkadikit yun sa coffee table para... Kasi wala kang choice.
Wala kang choice.
Oo.
At yung mga thesis mo, talagang sinusuri yan ng mga thesis professor mo, di ba? And you really have to come up with a good paper that makes sense, that's well-researched. And with the advent of artificial intelligence, I think that made it easier. I wouldn't know kasi yun nga, nung nag-aaral pa tayo, hindi naman natin nagamit. But yun na nga, by using it efficiently, responsibly, it could be a good thing. And that's what titingnan natin kung i-adapt din natin to dito sa Pilipinas.
Matagal-tagal pa siguro.
Siguro,
if ever.
kasi using technology pa nga lang in school, medyo behind na tayo doon, right? Ayan, so aabangan natin yan. But for now, shifting gears to sports, Pinay tennis superstar Alex Ayala returned strong after a rain delay at the Oeiras Ladies Open round of 32 in Portugal. Ayala completed a 6-3, 6-4 sweep of Dutch player Anouk Kovermans. The match was halted Monday with Kovermans leading 4-2 in the second set. When play resumed on Tuesday, Ayala quickly won 4 straight games to seal the win. Seated first, the 19-year-old Filipina is eyeing her first singles title in the tournament. Ayala also teams up with Katie Volinets in doubles with their opening match set for Wednesday.
And at this point, oras na para batiin naman natin ang lahat ng nanonood ng Afternoon Delight via live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and on TikTok. Of course, laging nangunguna Alex Fuentes, Ralph Domingo, sino ba? Marion Laja from Burbank, California. Lagi nanonood sa atin. Araw-araw yan. Ito si Ralph Domingo. Blessed Holy Week, Holy Wednesday. Pauline and Denise, stay home muna ako this Holy Week. Relax and reflect with family. Okay.
Tama yan. Ito naman sa YouTube, si Sir Rodel Alcantara, sabi niya, nagpapako na yata sa kutod si Sir Lourdes. Ma'am Denise at Ma'am Paulina naman, partner mo. Hello, good afternoon to both lovely girls from El Pueblo, Novaliches. Hi, Rodel. Ayan din. So, si Amy Atienza daw ulit. Yes, nag-report po si Amy kanina from NAIA. Kanina, in-update din tayo ni Amy sa Morning Matter. Sabi niya, kung kayo po ay may biyahe sa patungong ibang bansa or kahit domestic destination, mas maigi daw 3 to 5 hours before your flight na sa airport na. Usually 3 hours lang, di ba?
Oo.
But yung advice nila is 5 hours.
Grabe yung 5 hours.
Kasi dadagsa pa nga yung mga tao since half day lang ang government offices today, di ba? And maybe some private offices as well. Expect natin yung influx talaga ng mga passengers, travelers starting this afternoon.
Oo. Tsaka walang safe na. I-share ko lang, Tita Pawi, before po ako bumiyahe internationally, walang holiday. I was there 4 hours prior to my flight. 4 hours.
4.
Sinundo po ako sa linya
Ng immigration.
ng immigration.
Kasi ganun talaga
Ganun kahaba. And akala ko noon, ako na lang yung naiwan. Nung sinundo kami, walang biro, mga lagpas 15 kaming sinundo.
Wow, ganun karami. Hindi to Holy Week though.
Hindi to Holy Week.
So, paano pa kaya?
Paano
yung
pa
Holy
kaya?
Week?
Kaya ano po, mas mabuti ng maaga at mag-intay kaysa you miss your flight. Doble gastos at sakit sa ulo.
Ayan. So, hopefully lahat ng mga immigration counters are open and check-in counters as well to really ease the process for travelers. Ayan, so hello na rin po on YouTube. Ito kay Red Titan. Sabi niya, watching daw from Akihabara, Japan. Kahit wala pong Holy Week observance dito.
Elmo Cordenas, nanonood din sa atin. Ang sabi, nanonood siya from Montalban, Rizal. Suki din natin yan si Elmo.
Ito, tinanong ako ni Sir Hendrik, Poli, natutulog ka pa ba?
Oo nga, ang dami mong racket.
Hindi, kailangan, kayod tayo bago magbakasyon.
Habang meron.
Habang meron. Okay. So at this point, we now check on travel down south, where we have our One News Cebu desk, Dale Israel, giving us updates this afternoon. Hi Dale, kamusta na ba ang dami ng mga pasahero dyan?
Yes, good afternoon, Paulina and Denise. This morning, around 10 o'clock, there are not that many people that came to the Southwest Terminal, but according to authorities, the number of passengers is expected to increase at around 2 p.m. And true to that, definitely the influx of passengers have started here at 2 p.m. and there are already long queues, people wanting to get their tickets for the buses. Again, there's no online booking here at the South Bus Terminal, so their policy is first come, first serve. Most of those who come here to the South Bus Terminal are going to their hometowns in southern Cebu. There are more than 15 towns in the south, including the famous destinations that are often visited by tourists. There are also a lot of tourists lined up here.
Dale? Dale, sorry.
Start watching and those
Dale?
going to Malboal and Bajan for the wide success. Yes.
Dale,
Yes,
sorry.
please.
Sayang yung report
Yes, Yes.
Baka pwedeng papihit lang kami konti. Sayang yung report, hindi namin madinig.
It's medyo choppy,
Okay.
Dale
Thank you.
How about, yes? Yep.
Okay, we can
Pauline?
try. Go ahead, Dale.
How about now?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. This South Bus Terminal is the one they're using to access for the neighbors, and since some of the residents there are also working here in Cebu and are attending classes also here in Cebu. There are also passengers here lined up going to Zamboanga and Dapitan via a ro-ro vessel. So as the whole week progresses, again, we expect the streets of Cebu City to be nearly empty, as that is what is always happening here. Security is also tight here, as there are K9 units being deployed to check on the luggages for contraband. Yesterday, random drug tests were conducted by PIDEA and LTFRB, and three drivers tested positive and were suspended immediately until a confirmatory exam. Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia also inspected the Cebu South Bus Terminal to ensure that the preparations are in place. Authorities are also told us that Ceres buses will depart every 10 minutes here, and there are about 482 buses and minibuses here at the terminal. According to the LTFRB, they have issued 11 special permits to meet, just in case there is a shortage of vehicles for northern Cebu. In southern Cebu, there are 78 special permits, according to LTFRB Regional Director Eduardo Montialto. Note also that the pets, like dogs, are allowed inside the buses if it is not air-conditioned. Pets are not allowed for air-conditioned buses here at the South Bus Terminal. An estimated over 20,000 passengers are expected to gather here at the South Bus Terminal. Back to you guys.
All right, well, thank you very much for that update. That was One News Cebu Desk, Dale Israel.
Okay, time out po muna tayo. Sa mga babiyahe po, sana nakaimpake na kayo para sa Holy Week break. Pero check nyo muna kung sobrang init sa pupuntahan nyo. In a bit, we'll be flashing on your screens Pag-asa's heat index forecast for today and tomorrow. Magbabalik po ang Afternoon Delight.
This is AP News Minute. Hundreds of protesters blocked the entrance to Serbia's public television station building in Belgrade on Tuesday, blaming it for what they claimed was biased reporting during ongoing demonstrations. Around 14,000 U.S. and Filipino forces will undertake large-scale battle readiness exercises in the Philippines, including live fire drills. It's part of ongoing joint efforts to deter aggression in the region. 4 suspects, including 3 foreign nationals, appeared Tuesday in a court in Kenya, accused of trafficking highly sought-after ants out of the country. The 4 men were arrested for the illegal possession and trafficking of live queen ants to sell as exotic pets. And Expo 2025 is underway in Osaka. The theme, Life, the World, and the Future. Japan hopes the event will promote unity and show what future societies could look like. More than 160 countries, regions, and organizations are taking part, and there will be demonstrations of dexterous robots and flying cars.
You're still watching Afternoon Delight on One News. I'm Denise Tan with Pauline Versosa.
Thanks for staying with us, but now here is a quick rundown of some stories on One News. Vice President Sara Duterte was the only top official to receive majority support, according to Pulse Asia's March 2025 survey. Her approval rating rose to 59% from 52% in February, while her trust score reached 61%. Meantime, President Bongbong Marcos suffered a 17-point drop in his approval rating that settled at 25%, while 54% expressed distrust toward him. The Pulse Asia survey was conducted from March 23 to 29 among 2,400 respondents. The National Bureau of Investigation has recommended the filing of sedition and cyber libel charges against former presidential spokesman Harry Roque and vlogger Claire Maharlika Contreras. Now that's over a video allegedly showing President Bongbong Marcos using cocaine. The NBI also filed separate charges against PDP senatorial bet Raul Lambino and Duterte Youth Chairman Ronald Cardema. That's for supposedly spreading false claims that the Supreme Court issued a TRO against the ICC arrest warrant for former President Rodrigo Duterte. And President Marcos has signed into law the extension of Meralco's franchise until 2053. The power distributor's chairman, Manuel V. Pangilinan, said the renewal will support long-term energy projects to improve service delivery and sustain economic growth. Meralco has already proposed a 215.36 billion capex plan for 2026 to 2029 to boost network capacity, upgrade systems, and to support government infrastructure initiatives. And a 5.7 magnitude tectonic earthquake struck 55 kilometers southwest of Maitum, Sarangani at 5:42 this morning. Intensity 4 was felt in parts of Sarangani, South Cotabato, and Sultan Kudarat, while lighter shakes reached Davao City, Zamboanga, and Bukidnon. FIVOLCS warned of possible aftershocks and damage, urging residents to stay alert.
In other news, a Philippine Coast Guard ship BRP Cabra was tailed by a Chinese vessel while patrolling the waters of Zambales. Here's a report.
This Chinese ship was spotted by the crew of the Philippine Coast Guard's BRP Cabra past 10:30 a.m. on Monday. That time, BRP Cabra was patrolling along Capon Grande in Zambales when the Chinese vessel approached them.
This is China Coast Guard vessel 21612. China has indisputed sovereignty over the Hawaiian Island and its adjacent waters.
At one point, according to the PCG, the Chinese Coast Guard ship tried to block the BRP Cabra, but eventually sailed away.
The China Coast Guard vessel 21612. This is Philippine Coast Guard vessel BRP Cabra, MRRV 4409. You are advised that you are currently sailing within the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone.
Meanwhile, over at Itbayat, Batanes, the PCG flew its plane to monitor another Chinese research vessel spotted sailing in the area. The PCG repeatedly tried to radio the vessel, but the calls were ignored. The Philippines has consistently protested China's incursions into its exclusive economic zone, an area Beijing claims even though it's much further away from it. But on April 14, Google Maps formally marked the ocean west of the country as the West Philippine Sea, sending social media cheering. The armed forces naturally also welcomed this inclusion, saying it affirms international recognition of the country's sovereign rights as upheld by the 2016 arbitral ruling under UNCLOS. However, the WPS label can't be used as a tangible proof that China's entry into our EEZ is illegal. Google follows local naming conventions, and as they said, it's long been called WPS, they just made it larger and easier to see. Speaking on the big story, maritime law expert attorney J. Batongbakal said that while the WPS label on Google Maps is a welcome development, this also means wider recognition among private entities.
We thank Google, of course, for doing this, but we also have to keep in mind that as a private company, Google is not a representative of, say, any country, no? So what it means really is that it's more of the widening recognition among private entities, citizens, and both natural and juridical, no? Of awareness of the Philippines and its rights and entitlements.
More importantly, Batongbakal expressed concern over China's exploration of the Philippines' inter-island waters using drones.
It can be used for both scientific and or military purposes, the kinds of data that these drones are designed to collect. No? So it's only right that the Philippine Navy, Coast Guard, our maritime authorities, as well as our own citizens, no, when they see these things floating in our inter-island waters especially, they should be recovered and brought to the authorities, no, so that we can find out what they've been looking for or what they've been collecting.
Now, as promised, we are checking on the situation over at the Boracay Integrated Terminal Exchange, or PTEX. We have mobile journal Ivan Tarinque there. Ivan, may mga ticket pa ba dyan at marami pa rin bang nakapilang mga pasahero?
Simula na nga dumagsa yung mga pasahero na umuling sa kanilang mga ngayong araw dito sa PITX. No, kung ikukumpara nga yung dami ng tao ngayong araw, ay ramdam mo yung buhos ng pasahero dito. No? Alas 10 pa nga lang kanina ng umaga ay umabot na ng halos 60,000 ang bilang ng pasahero ayon sa terminal officials. Inaasabang tataas ang bilang ngayong araw, lalo't maraming nakahapin sa trabaho at umuwi na sa kanilang probinsya para sa Semana Santa. Sa pikiting naman, pinakasikat ngayon ang biyahe pa Bicol. No? Kanina nga, 78% na ang fully booked para sa biyahe ngayong araw. At bukas, Huwebes Santo, nagdagdag na rin sila ng mga bus pa Bicol para tugunan yung mataas na demand ng pasahero. Ang ilan naman, kaya naman yung ginawa ng ibang pasahero ay nag-advance booking na para hindi na mahirapan makasecure ng ticket. Ang ilan naman, nakita natin may mga dalang pasalubong. No? Ang pinaka-weird na nakita natin, hindi naman weird, talagang madalas na nakikita natin dito ay may mga dalang manok. No? Ngayon, nagsimula na dumating yung mga kapatid natin nagsusuwang ng probinsya na may pasalubong na mga manok. No? Sa ngayon, nakadeploy pa rin sa iba't ibang parte ng terminal, yung iba't ibang assistance desk ng PNP, PCG at ng BFT, no? Pero paalala pa rin po sa mga kapatid natin, bawal pa rin po yung pagdadala ng mga matulis na bagay, baril, flammable materials, no? Dahil kahapon, nasa 30 yung na-confiscate na ipinagbabawal dito sa terminal.
Evan, kamusta naman yung pag-alis ng mga bus? On time ba or may mga delay?
I'm sorry?
Evan, on time ba ang biyahe ng mga bus dyan? O may mga delay na rin na na-encounter mga pasahero sa pag-alis?
Tama ka na, Pauline. No, pero currently wala pa naman tayong naririnig na nagkakaroon ng delayed or canceled ng mga bus trips ngayong araw dahil yun nga isa sa pinagtutuon sa pansin ng kanilang terminal make sure na merong saktong bus. No, kompleto yung bus na babiyahe ngayong araw. No, usually kasi ang mga provincial buses mula dito sa PITX nasa 30 minutes yung pagitan nila para umalis at magantay dito sa may terminal. No? Around 30 minutes. So yung iba ay talagang aantayin na. Yung iba nga around 3 to 4 hours nandito na sa terminal bago yung kanilang departure time. Pero so far, wala pa naman cancellation, wala pa naman mga nasa-delay na biyahe ng bus ngayong araw. Pauline.
Ivan, parang mas maraming tao na naglalakad-lakad sa likod mo. Parang mas marami din mga stalls. Baka pwede mong pakita sa amin yung, alam natin, mabenta yung inuuwi ng mga kapatid natin, biskwit, yung mga naka-tub. Ano pa ba yung mga pwede dyan? Napasalubong.
Tama ka. Ikutin natin.
Oo.
No? Dahil nandito na tayo. Actually, dito, pagpunta natin dito, may mga namimigay na freebies. No? Talagang inaabot na lang talaga sa inyo yung mga freebies na yan. Pero dito sa harapan natin, merong the usual, may mga kakanin, may mga hopya na pwedeng dalhin sa biyahe. At meron ding empanada. Madam, ma'am, ano ang pinaka-best seller ngayong
Mga kakanin. Yung kasaba, maha, at saka yung mga puto.
Nasa magkano,
Yung
Ivan?
mga puto namin, napakasarap po talaga niya.
Masarap ba? Sige mga ma'am, pa-taste test naman tayo. Isang piraso lang. Ayan, ang gusto ko kay mother. Sige, ma'am.
Style mo, Ivan, ha?
Taste test tayo. Patikim lang, ma'am. Yung isang piraso lang, ma'am. Wag niyo masyadong malaki. Baka naman mabusog ako niyan. Ayan, tikman natin. Ito, piniprepare na ni mother. Ano yung best seller? Ano yung masarap, ma'am?
Ito ang pinaka-seller sa amin. Itong kasaba cake.
Kasaba cake.
Oh, yes.
Ma'am, pag bumili ba ako niyan, gano'n naman katagal yung expiration niyan? Pag binyahe pa, syempre, 2 to 3 days. So, pwede pang iuwi ng probinsya talaga? Pwede. Etong ganito, ma'am, magkano naman yung isang piraso niya?
20 pesos.
Tabi ka dito sa aking mother. Ito, yung isang ganito, ma'am, magkano yung ganito?
Yung ganyan, 20 pesos. Yung isang tub namin na isang ganito, 120. Sulit naman yung 20 pesos. Napakasarap naman yung talaga.
Pero ma'am, ito ba, hindi ba mapapanis to pag binyahe?
Ay, hindi naman, basta hanggang 3 days po.
Kasi,
Tsaka may mga puto. Yan, mga yung special na mga puto na.
I can vouch, Denise. Medyo juicy. But juicy, kakanin, juicy. Hindi naman juicy ang kakanin. Medyo maganda yung timpla, medyo sweet. Pero syempre, nasa taste preference pa rin ng tao kung masarap ba or hindi, Pero para sa akin, swak na swak to for 20 pesos, Talagang pwede na.
Oh, Ivan, pwede ka na magmukbang dyan eh.
Style mo, Ivan, ha? Punta ka sa kabilang stall, taste test ka ulit.
Naging, naging food show na tayo.
Ay, mukhang lilipat nga si Ivan. Ano yung mga pinapamigay? Yung sabi mo
Lipat tayo. Kasi dito kasi nakabalot na. So,
Ayan.
mahirap
humingi.
mahirap tumingi dito.
Okay.
So, mga nakabalot na yung mga ito ngayon.
Baka naman, umabot dito pa yan, Ivan. Aabot pa ba dito? 2 to 3 days, ha?
Matagal. Usually kasi itong mga kakanin, may mga sangkap na gatas, niyog, So, kadalasan, mabilis, mapanis. Pero, ayon kay ate, 2 to 3 days, pwede pang ibiyahe sa probinsya and pwede rin pagtawid ng gutom dito dahil 20 pesos nga lang. Hindi ganoon kabigat sa bulsa.
Oo, magandang pasalubong yan. O sige na, tuloy mo na yung food trip mo dyan, Ivan. Parang ang sarap talaga nung kakanin na kinakain mo.
Baka nahihirapan sumagot si Ivan Pag nagutom ka mamaya, taste test ka ulit.
Oo.
Alright, thank you very much. Again, that was our mobile journal, Ivan Terinque.
All right, now at this point, let's check the comings and goings of vehicles over at the North Luzon Expressway or NLEX. You're seeing live pictures of NLEX right now, and we do notice an increase of vehicles plying through this expressway. NLEX management official Robin Ignacio did mention that they expect the peak of vehicles, the busiest time, to be the afternoon of Holy Wednesday, that's today, until the afternoon of Monday, Thursday, tomorrow. So with that, they did open some counterflow lanes, zipper lanes, sa northbound yan ng Balintawak to Marilao. So that's of course to ease the congestion of vehicles. Sabi rin ni Mr. Ignacio na bulk of the choke points, the usual choke points would be at tollway plaza. So they are reminding motorists to make sure their RFIDs are loaded, their balances are enough. At para naman dun sa mga mag-opt for cash lanes, they also assure motorists that that's open. So do plan your travels ahead. Nabanggit din kanina ni Mr. Ignacio that if in case any accident would happen, may tumirik na sasakyan, NLEX is also offering free towing services until the next tollway plaza. So that's some good news also for motorists.
Saka magandang tip din dun sa mga babiyahe po. Plan accordingly, hindi lang po yung oras ng biyahe, but as well as kung pwede nyong i-google kung saan yung mga gas stations, if you have to make a bathroom break, bathroom stop, kasama po yan. Magdala ng madaming tubig, ng konting snack para well-hydrated at saka hindi naman kayo magutom sa inyong biyahe. You never know what's gonna happen.
Correct. And sabi nga ni Mr. Ignacio, this is a yearly observance naman yung Holy Week. So they prepared well. The past few days, nagkaroon ng ilang mga aksidente pero na-clear naman yan agad. Like they always say, yung reminders naman yan every year is make sure your vehicles are properly checked, diba? Yung mga gulong nyo, yung mga oil nyo, yung gas nyo.
Saka yung tubig sa kotse.
Yung tubig, oo. So, lalo na napakainit ng panahon, Tita Denise, right? So, right now, some lanes are still moving, some areas, but yun na nga, expect traffic to get even worse, lalo na this afternoon as people will be returning, will be going back to their provinces. So, ayan, this Holy Wednesday afternoon until tomorrow, Monday, Thursday, magiging yung bulk ng traffic dyan.
Okay. At this point, punta naman tayo sa Maynila. Some devotees are now going on the traditional Visita Iglesia in Quiapo. For updates, we bring in mobile journal Merimon Reyes. Merimon, marami na ba ngayon ang mga debotong nandyan at kamusta yung traffic naman sa paligid ng Quiapo?
Magandang hapon, Pauline and Denise. So far, dito ngayon ang nararamdaman natin yung init ng panahon. Pero mukhang hindi nito napipigilan yung mga namamanata, yung mga deboto. Dahil simula pa lang alas 5 ng umaga hanggang itong oras na to, 2:40 p.m., tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung pagpunta nila. Pero para naman sa mga maghahabol ng misa dito sa Minor Basilica and Shrine of Jesus Nazareno sa Quiapo, ang sunod na po misa is 5 o'clock p.m., 6 o'clock p.m. and then mamaya kasi 7 o'clock p.m. isasagawa naman yung theatrical performance na tinatawag nga na sinakulo. Dito nila pinoportray yung Passion of Christ o yung mga events leading doon sa suffering hanggang sa crucifixion and death of Jesus Christ. Pero so far, dito ngayon sa paligid ng Quiapo, tulad dito sa may Pahidalgo side, naglilinis ngayon ang MMDA, ang Department of Public Service, hino-host nila yung sahe, kinukuskus nila ang mga ito, nagsiset up sila ng tent para raw maghanda sa isasagawa nga na sinakulo ngayong hapon and even yung pinaka-procession sa Good Friday. Konting walkthrough lang natin. So ito sila, sir, very busy sila sa ngayon sa pagsiset up. And kanina, sobrang tirik ng araw, kaya medyo pahirapan talagang kumilos dito, pero mapagbigay ang panahon. Yan sa likuran natin, malaking factor na rin na hino-host, binabasa nila yung semento, yung sahig, kasi para naman makatulong din ito na makahinga-hinga tayong lahat sa matinding init ng panahon ngayon. Pero pagdating naman sa daloy ng traffic, o halimbawa dito sa Quezon Boulevard, so far, okay pa, hindi pa congested ang traffic, pero naglabas ng abiso ang DPWH na merong isasagawang roadworks sa Pasig, sa Makati at saka sa Quezon City. So para sa mga kapatid natin diyang motorista, tulad nga na lang sabi nyo, planuhin na ng maigi ang inyong pagbiyahe at siguruhin na lang kung merong alternative na ruta, doon na lang po dumaan.
Okay, Merimon, bukod sa mga misa, ano pa ba yung mga activities dyan sa Minor Basilica National Shrine of Jesus Nazareno mula ngayong araw hanggang Easter Sunday na rin?
So far, ilan pa sa mga humahabol dito, ang tinatanong nila yung pangungumpisal. And para sa mga iba pang mga simbahan dito sa Kamaynilaan o sa bansa, magandang tignan na lang din yung schedule kasi may oras din ito, depende sa basilika o sa simbahan na kanilang pupuntahan. Bukod pa doon, tuloy-tuloy din yung mga misa even leading up to Easter Sunday, plus yung grand procession nga sa Good Friday, and then yung 7 last words na gagawin sa mga susunod pang araw. Pero for now, ang pinaka-inaabangan dito tulad sa aking likuran, yan yung stage para sa senakulo. So, na-expect natin kung gaano pa kaluwag ngayon ang Plaza Miranda, pwedeng mamaya, mas magiging marami na ang tao dito para manood.
Merimon, alam naman natin, dinadagsa talaga yung Quiapo, no? At yung init ng panahon ngayon, hindi mo na ma-describe. Ano yung ginagawa ng mga nagbibisita iglesia para naman medyo maginhawaan yung pakaramdam nila? Ano yung mga binabaon? At parang foolproof way to get rid of that feeling.
O kasi sakripisyo din yan, Mary Moon, ano, yung yung init, di ba?
Pagbabad
Sa
oo.
init, pero tuloy pa rin yung kanilang debosyon at pagpunta dyan sa Quiapo Church.
Totoo yan, lalo na kaninang umaga, bago pa mag-alas 7 ng umaga, may mga nagpe-penitensya na rin dito mismo sa Plaza Miranda. And then expect nga natin sa mga susunod na araw, mas titirik pa ang araw. Kaya naman nakikita natin yung karamihan sa mga nandirito, mga nakasombrelo, meron silang dalang mga payong, umiinom ng tubig. Samantala yung iba naman dito na mga vendors, sinusulit pa nila yung oras na meron sila bago kasi nililigpit ngayon ang mga vendors dito sa paligid ng Quiapo para raw mas ma-accommodate yung mga pupunta dito sa simbahan. Pero yung ilan ngayon, ang mga binibenta nila, towel, tubig, ice tubig, para lang daw talaga masagot yung natuto yung mga lalamunan ng mga pumupunta rito.
Last minute reminders, Mary Mon, ng lahat ng nag-organize dyan, alam natin, madaming tao for safety of all of those going. Ano nga ba?
Yes, lalo na bukas para sa mga magbibisita iglesia. Meron kasi mga napaaga yung kanilang bisita iglesia para raw hindi sumabay sa dami ng tao. Pero sa mga susunod na araw, is asahan natin yung pagdami pa ng mga tao sa mga simbahan. Kaya mas ugaliin na lang daw na magdala ng maliliit na bag. Huwag nang magdala ng mga alahas, mga mamahalin na gamit, yung pera, kung ano yung kailangan, yun lang ang bitbitin. Maging alerto at all times. Though nagbigay naman ng assurance si PNP NCRPO Chief Police Major General Anthony Aberin na may 10,000 naman na pulis siyang deployed sa Kamaynilaan for 24/7 na security monitoring. Pero mas maganda na rin na ingatan ng sarili, huwag magdala ng matatalas na mga bagay o kahit na anong objects na pwedeng magdulot ng aberya.
Alam mo yung isang style dati, konti lang ang dadalhin mong pera tapos ilalagay mo sa ilalim ng sapatos. Ewan ko na lang kung makuha pa yon.
Oo
Okay. You have more questions?
No, oo.
Okay, sige. Mary Mon, thank you so much for all of your updates. Ingat ka dyan. Again, that was our mobile journalist, Mary Mon Reyes. Okay, it is time to take another quick break. And as we do that, we bring you the global headlines from the Associated Press.
This is AP News Minute. More than $2 billion in federal grants will be withheld from Harvard University after the institution said it would refuse to comply with demands from the Trump administration. The administration's listed demands included sweeping policy changes aimed at combating student activism. Ukrainian President Zelensky and NATO Chief Mark Rutte visited wounded soldiers in an Odessa hospital on Tuesday and presented them with medals. Earlier in the day, Zelensky spoke positively about negotiations with the U.S. as the country mediates a deal with Russia to end the war in Ukraine. Jury selection began Tuesday in Harvey Weinstein's New York City rape retrial, and some prospective jurors made it clear they could not be impartial. Weinstein is being tried again after New York's highest court overturned his 2020 conviction last year. More U.S. states than usual could see colorful aurora displays Tuesday night as a strong solar storm heads towards Earth. Experts say the strength of the light show will depend on how Earth's magnetic field interacts with the solar bursts.
And we're back. You're still watching Afternoon Delight. Thanks for staying with us.
Right, now a devotee in Pampanga is preparing to once again do his annual Holy Week penance. And that's to be nailed to a cross for the 36th time in Cutud, Pampanga. His story from News 5 correspondent Carrie Cater.
64 na taong gulang na si Ruben Enaje. Pero sa Biyernes Santo, muli siyang gaganap na Jesus at magpapapako sa krus sa barangay San Pedro Cutud sa San Fernando City, Pampanga. 26 years old pa lang daw siya nang sinimulan niya ang panata noong 1986. Pero dahil sa katandaan, mas magaan na raw ang pinapasan niyang krus sa nagdaang 3 taon. Mula sa umaabot sa 37 kilos, nasa higit 20 kilos na lang ito. Kung pwede nga lang daw, bawasan pa.
May mga sins tayo dito na susuntukin ka ng Hudyo, hindi pwedeng magaan talaga. Hindi pwedeng masira, baka hindi natin maabot doon sa burol.
Ang 2 kilometrong lalakarin ni Mang Ruben habang pasan ang krus, baka abuti na rin daw ng 1.5 oras bago niya matapos. Dagdag kalbaryo pa ang mainit na panahon. Kaya naman maingat na rin daw siya sa sarili.
Yung kalaban natin ngayong taon na to, hindi yung bigat ng krus, hindi yung sakit ng pako, kundi yung init ng araw. Pagdating na ng mahal na araw, nagbabike pa ako kahit mainit para makondisyon natin yung katawan natin. Tsaka yung pagkain, huwag natin kalimutan.
Hindi pa rin daw masabi ni Mang Ruben kung kailan niya tatapusin ang pamamanata tuwing Biyernes Santo. Posibleng kayanin pa raw niya ng 2 taon, pero depende pa rin sa lagay ng kanyang katawan. Kung sakali may napupusuan na rin naman daw siyang kapalit. Ang nasa 40 anyos na si Arnold Maniago na matagal na rin daw niyang nakakasama sa pamamanata. Taon-taon ng tradisyon ang Via Crucis o Stations of the Cross dito sa San Pedro Cutud sa San Fernando, Pampanga. Magtatapos yan mismo sa kinatatayuan ko kung saan ilalagay at ipapako sa krus ang mga namamanata gaya ni Mang Ruben. Hindi naman ipinagbabawal ng simbahan ang ganitong pagsasakripisyo, pero hindi na rin ito hinihikayat na gayahin pa ng iba.
Nasa tao naman kasi, hindi mo naman po kasi sila mapigilan. Talagang dahil pag nagpanata sila, talagang truta sa Panginoon, no? Nasa puso nila. Kaya kami naman talagang ginagalang namin kami rin. Ganun din naman kami.
Ang nag-uudyok daw sa mga tulad ni Mang Ruben na ipagpatuloy pa rin ito.
Maraming trabaho na pumapasok sa akin. Kasi isa yun sa mga dinadasal ko pag nasa krus na ako. Yung pamilya ko may magamit na pera, mas mabigat pa ito kaysa sa ginagawa ko sa araw-araw. Pero yung bigat niyan, pagkatapos ng mahal na araw, yung katawan mo magaan na. Konting hirap lang. Pero yung ibibigay sa iyo, marami.
Inaasahang hindi bababa sa 7 hanggang 8,000 tao ang dadayo sa barangay San Pedro Cutud sa Biyernes Santo. Magde-deploy naman daw ng mga pulis at ibang emergency responder. Habang pinapayuhan din ang publiko na magdala ng tubig, payong at iba pang pananggas sa init.
And before you hit the road or lounge around in your homes for the Holy Week break, we remind everyone again to hydrate and limit exposure to the sun. Pag-asa is forecasting dangerous heat index levels in the next 2 days. That's this Holy Wednesday and tomorrow, Maundy Thursday. It will be a scorcher in UP Los Baños in Laguna at 50 and 48 degrees Celsius on April 16 and 17, while San Ildefonso, Bulacan will endure a possible heat index of 47 and 45 degrees Celsius. Heat indices will be between 43 and 44 degrees Celsius in Hacienda Luisita, Tarlac, Sangli Point in Cavite, Ambulong, Tanawan, Batangas, ISU Echage, Isabela, and Baler in Aurora. Take a look at your screens now for the full list of areas that will experience dangerous heat index levels.
Okay, so Tita Denise, no, we can't stress this enough. Everyone needs to hydrate, and hydrate. Lalo na napakainit ang mga panahon sa mga kapatid po natin na nandyan sa Laguna, sa UP Los Baños. Naku, aabot po ng 50 degrees Celsius. Posible ang heat index dyan. And of course, magiging peak niyan, malamang tanghali, ngayong hapon. So make sure to stay indoors, to wear light-colored clothes, to stay cool, di ba? Uminom ng tubig. And other parts of the country as well. Ang San Ildefonso, Bulacan nga, 47 to 45 degrees. Nakakausap natin yung mga taga-DOH, sabi nila, ang heat stroke, talaga yan? That's a serious condition. It's possibly life-threatening. So, hindi po biro ang magkaroon ng heat stroke. Pag kayo ay nakakaramdam na ng ilang mga simptomas ng heat exhaustion, you have to take proper care already and first aid. Kasama na dyan, watch out for signs of heat cramps, yung mga pagpapawis, pagkahilo, o posibleng mawalan ng malay. Tita Denise, yung hihina ka na, tapos bibilis yung pulse rate mo, you feel nauseous, yan ang ilang signs na ng heat exhaustion.
Take a break. Once you feel those, alam natin yung iba, may certain obligations and responsibilities. Pero pag kayo po ay nakaramdam na ng ganyang klaseng pagod o hilo, okay lang po pumunta maghanap ng lilim, maghanap ng tubig. Dun sa mga may extra bags dyan, kung meron po kayong mga ice bag, malaking tulong yun, yung kung pwede kayo makahingi ng malamig na tubig o yelo, pag nilalagay sa ulo o sa batok, would really help you cool down your body. Basta ayan, stay hydrated as much as possible and hydrated with water.
Paalala
natin.
Kailangan i-stress din natin yon. Hindi lang po basta liquid hydrated na kayo. Kailangan rin po iwasan yung tsaa, kape. Bakit? Dahil mainit. Mainit nga naman yung drinks na yon. And soft drinks, pati alak. Kasi minsan mas nadi-dehydrate ka pa nga, di ba? Nauuhaw kapag umiinom ka ng mga ganyan. So ito, we are flashing on your screen some tips, yung mga symptoms to watch out for, yung mga kailangan iwasan. Limitahan nga ang oras sa labas. Walang particular time yan, kung ilang yung exposure mo, because it depends nga dun sa pag-regulate ng katawan mo sa body temperature mo. But if you feel already that yun nga, nahihilo ka na, pinapawisan ka na ng sobra, then that's a sign to go indoors. I wanted to also raise and remind everyone, yung mga alaga nyo pong hayop, pets, please also watch out for them kasi meron din pong mga hayop na nagkaka-heat stroke, nagkaka-heat exhaustion, so hopefully mabantayan din natin.
At kung hindi maiwasan na kailangan iwan ang inyong mga alaga, make sure na maraming tubig. Maraming tubig ang inyong iwan sa loob ng bahay.
Kailangan hydrated din sila.
Yung iba kasi ayaw ng marami kasi daw mas madaming lilinisin. Pagbigyan nyo na muna ngayon. Maawa
Kahit
kayo
yung
sa
mga
pets
stray,
nyo.
di ba? Yung mga stray dogs, stray cats, kung makita nyo, parang talagang hirap na, baka you can offer water na rin. So, let's do our part in making sure everyone is okay. Lalo na ngayong mainit ang panahon.
Nako. But speaking of parts, para sa ilan, ito po ang best part ng huling hirit ng ating Afternoon Delight viewers para sa I Saw the Signs. Okay, let's see our viewers' entries for today. Unahin natin galing kay Milet Rosete. Ito padala niya, manual withdrawal. Lalo na at baka daw pahirapan ng withdrawal this Holy Week.
Pwede ba yan? May tao talaga sa likod. Pwede ba ako na lang yan, yung tagabigay ng pera?
Ay, ako na lang yung tagatanggap. Okay lang. Mas gusto ko tumanggap.
Tama naman. Okay, next.
Ay, pero tama yung Tita Pawi kasi pag nasa, lalo yung, what do you call this, popular destination yung pupuntahan mo, minsan pahirapan talaga. So magbaon din po ng, hindi naman sobra-sobra, no? Pero yung cash na pwede niyong bunutin in case of emergency.
At hindi talaga, digital wallets naman na okay na rin, di ba? Like Maya. So, pwede nilang gamitin yan. Okay, next photo. Ito naman from Fru Halliwell. Yung plano mo sanang magtipid, kaso pagising mo, kasali ka na naman sa GC ng Hong Kong 2025, Siargao, Thailand, Japan 2025. May ganyan ka ba, Tita Denise?
Wala akong ganyan.
Hindi ka pa nasasama sa mga
Hindi
GC.
pa.
Pero pag nasama ka dyan, nako.
Alam na.
Kailangan magtipid-tipid.
Pag nawala ako ng mga 2 days, mga Thursday, Friday, alam nyo na.
Ayan.
Okay, ito naman from Cesar Carino. Kalagay, anak, ma, di ba nagamit mo na yung binili mong sabon kay ate?
Oo.
Bigay ka raw ng feedback or honest review.
O ano yun?
Feedback. Kunwari sabihin mo maganda ang sabon, nakakaputi at malambot sa balat. Ganyan. Purihin mo lang yung sabon niya para makabenta pa siya ng madami. Upload niya raw yan sa Facebook niya.
So, sabi ni Mama, maganda ang sabon. Araw-araw ko ginagamit. Dati akong pilay, nakakalakad na ako dahil dito. Thanks, seller. O, okay na ba yan?
Milagroso pa lang.
Puri talaga yung sabon. Nakapaglakad si Mother.
Ibabad mo lang ng 20 minutes. Hindi ka lang puputi. Diba?
Ano yan miracle soap.
Correct. Okay. Ito naman, galing kay Magsi Alcantara. Kanina po pwedeng ireklamo itong kapitbahay namin. Gabing-gabi na, nagre-rejoke pa rin. Paus na ako, kaka-second voice.
Siya pa talaga nagreklamo. Siya na ngayon nakisali sa karaoke session.
Nakikanta ka na nga lang.
Uy, marami yan pag Holy Week, maraming nagkakaraoke.
Sa Friday, utang na loob. Itigil nyo.
Pahinga muna sa
mga kapitbahay namin. You know who you are.
Alright, so if you have seen the signs, please do send them to us at afternoondelightON@gmail.com.
Sige, bawi tayo for next week. Babatiin natin lahat ng ating mga viewers.
But that will do it for us this Wednesday, April 16. Thank you so much for joining us and watching Afternoon Delight. I'm Pauline Berzosa.
Paalala po, we're off tomorrow and Friday for the Holy Week break, but do join us again on Monday at 2 p.m. Ako po si Denise Tan. Have a meaningful Lenten season.